Renewal. And over the last couple of days, I've gotten questions. How do I reverse my diabetes type 2? This is my goal in ending 2020 strong. Guys, I'm Dr. Cooper Dockery. I'm board certified in internal medicine, love to stimulate and educate you on healthy lifestyle practices. I have written a couple of books. One of them is 14 Days to Amazing Health, Get Healthy for Life, and Incredibly Delicious Vegan. I'm going to give you time to sign on because I have something good for you today. I will be taking questions, but my questions will focus mostly on diabetes. Okay, so let me give you some time to sign on. Where are you? I see you signing on. So, a couple years ago, a middle-aged gentleman walked into my office. He walked in with a cane. He was frustrated. Weight was 234 pounds, diabetes for many years, and now he has diabetic nerve pain, diabetic neuropathy. He came in with this amount of medication. He said, Dr. Cooper, I am frustrated. My doctor keep adding on medication on top of medication. Of course, he didn't tell me that he possibly wasn't compliant, and that is why the doctor was adding medications. So I said to him, you know what? I think we can help you here. Sat him down, discuss changing his lifestyle. And of course, in 3 months, he lost about 34 pounds. His nerve pain was improved, and he was on decreased medication. So, if you're watching, if you're listening, and you're wondering, how do I end 2020 strong? I'm diabetic. I'm on insulin this amount. I'm on this amount of pills. My sugars are still running 200, 300. I am frustrated. Well, listen up. I have something for you. And I'd like you to go ahead and share. Share. Remember, we're talking about 21-day lifestyle makeover. Today is your 10th day. Don't sign off. What I have for you is fantastic. If you don't have diabetes, you may know someone with diabetes, and you could be someone to influence the life of somebody else. If you want to share, go ahead and share. I want to welcome all of my friends on Facebook, whether you're on the Fluidomed page, my personal page, my Get Health with Dr. Cooper group page, or if you're on my YouTube. I want to welcome you. Stay on. Don't sign off. We are going to be discussing reversing diabetes or improving diabetes or preventing diabetes. Let me check. I'm going to share while I allow some more people to sign on, because this, what I have for you today, will save your life or save somebody else's life. So let me find my page here on Facebook, and I'm going to share. I'm going to allow you to sign on. So don't get off, just sign on. All right. So I'm going to give you about 5 points, important points that will help you to reverse, improve, or prevent diabetes. The first one is focus on fats. You hear diabetes and you think, okay, it's just the sugar that I eat, it's the carbs. But I want you to listen up to me today. I want you to focus on fat. If you're overweight, then you have extra fat floating around that will affect the way your insulin take your sugar into your cells and therefore lower the sugar in the blood vessel. If you're not overweight, but you consume a lot of fat, you have high cholesterol, high triglyceride, you're just consuming a lot of fats, then you have to focus on fats, because fat can significantly impair your insulin function. I'm sure you've heard about insulin resistance, meaning therefore the insulin is not effective carrying the sugar from the blood into the cells. What happened there? How did that happen? You know, patients who are usually overweight tend to have insulin resistance. So they have high insulin level because the insulin is not functioning. So I set up for you in my kitchen. Welcome to my kitchen. An experiment. I'm going to show it to you. So let's say this is your cell membrane. Okay. So this is the door to your cell. This is a cell. All right. So this is sugar. You can see this is sugar. Now, for us to prevent diabetes, this sugar must go from the blood, just say this is the blood vessel, into the cell. This is the door. Now watch this. So I'm going to take some sugar up. I pour it right here through my cell membrane. It gets in easily. You can see that it's going through, correct? Now, let's see what happens if you have too much fat on board, whether it's in the middle section here, whether it's just high fat, fatty acid, high cholesterol floating in your blood. Let's see what happened. So I have some fat here. So this is butter, okay? We're going to use this. So what happened is that the fat that you consume, too much fat gets into the cell membrane and it blocks the cell membrane, okay? It blocks the receptor site. So let's do this. So I'm going to put some fat here. You can see me putting some fat right here on my cell membrane. So what happened is that the pancreas pumps out insulin. The insulin is supposed to attach to the sugar and takes it into the cell. But what the fat does is that the fat comes on and clogs up the receptor site, the door. So when the sugar gets into your blood, you consume a meal. So the sugar is naturally in the blood. So we pour, you can see here, you see nothing going through, hardly anything is going through because the fat is sitting on those receptor side, the insulin receptor side. So the insulin cannot take out the sugar into your cells. So what happened is that the pancreas, now this is my pancreas here. So the pancreas has to work more. So this is our pancreas and it's working, it's producing insulin. It's squeezing to produce insulin. A lot of insulin is going out for the insulin now to connect to the sugar and try to take it into the cells. So we're squeezing out, and you know that the pancreas is going to overwork, and at some point there won't be any more insulin. It's all squeezed out. So this is, the pancreas sits right here on this side of under your chest here. And its function is to produce insulin. The insulin now will connect to the sugar and transport the sugar through the cell membrane into the cell. But as I mentioned, if you have fat, too much fat in your diet or on your body, that fat gets into your cell membrane and block the receptor site so the insulin doesn't get in. So then you overwork your pancreas, squeezing out until nothing more is left. And then if the sugar cannot go into the cell, the sugar goes right back into the blood vessel. And you have diabetes, uncontrolled diabetes. So think about this experiment and focus on fat. What else, guys? Where are the questions? Where are the questions? All right. Let's focus on carbs. We also know that carbohydrates convert into sugar. So if you consume simple carbs, the simple carbs is already broken down and it gets into the blood right away and increases their sugar level. So you need to avoid processed carbohydrates and consume more complex carbohydrates, sweet potato, starchy vegetables, things like that, brown rice, quinoa. Those are complex carbohydrate. The complex carbohydrate have more fiber. The fiber now prevent the sugar from spiking and getting into the blood vessel too fast. Okay? So, and you need also to focus on food that are low glycemic. Okay, so go online and look what are low glycemic foods. So you're going to find a lot of vegetables. So the first thing I wanted you to do was to focus on fats, focus on carbs. Don't do the fried foods. Don't do the processed carbs, the white flour, the cakes, the pies. Watch that carefully. Next is focus on vegetables. As you focus on veggies, you're going to realize that the green leafy vegetables and all these vegetables of many colors are low in carb content, low in glucose content. So you can eat a lot of veggies, but yet not have your sugar spiking. The other good thing with vegetables is that they are high in fiber. And remember, fiber are protective. Not only that the fiber prevent the sudden rise in the sugar, but fiber keep you fuller longer. All right. So next, what I want you to do then, so you might ask, how much vegetable should I consume, Dr. Cooper? I'm going to suggest that you consume 2 cups of green leafy vegetables and then 1 cup of steamed veggies. So it could be broccoli, cauliflower, it could be green beans, whatever you like. Cabbage can be steamed. Consume that. And I always say, cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower, all these are free foods because they have almost minimal amount of carbohydrates. And as a diabetic, you're going to focus on good carbs and you're going to focus on your fats. So focus on fats, focus on healthy, good carbs, and then focus on vegetables. And I just listed all the veggies you can consume. What about movement? Focus on movement. That is important. Why? Movement will sensitize your insulin. So then you need the insulin to become more active and able to take more sugar into the cells. And it is believed that a diabetic who walks maybe, say, 10 minutes post-meal will potentialize or increase the activity, the sensitivity of the insulin by about 10 units. So if your insulin requirement was, say, 20, then just walking 10 minutes briskly will decrease that requirement to about 10. And if you're not diabetic, it's also good because as you walk, as you exercise, what you're doing, the large muscles, the thigh, the muscles of the back, the abdomen are working more, and the requirement now for insulin is higher. All right? So focus on fat, focus on carbs, focus on veggies, focus on movement. Movement will decrease your sugar and help you to reverse your diabetes. What about stress? You need to manage your stress well. We all know that stress will increase some stress hormones like cortisol, adrenaline. Cortisol can increase your sugar. Prolonged stress can actually lead to poor blood sugar control. And the next one is spiritual renewal. Faith is important. Many studies have shown that people of faith tend to be healthier. People of faith have decreased stress, decreased incidence of suicide, decreased incidence of depression, and overall better health. So if you have faith and there's hope and there's happiness, then this is positive for your overall well-being. So guys, if you're diabetic and you want to end 2020 strong, then these are the key points that you need to focus on. Fats, whether you're overweight, lose some weight. If you consume fat, reduce the fat. Reduce the red meats, the cheese, the fried food, reduce the fat. Focus on good, healthy carbohydrates. So the whole grains, the legumes, the root tuber, all that, sweet potato, zucchini, all of that. And then number 3, focus on veggies. Studies have shown that most people over the last few years have decreased the consumption of vegetables. And that is why we are overweight. We have these chronic diseases because vegetables are high in nutrients. They're nutrient dense, but calorie poor. So you're not going to gain too much weight, and you're not going to be ingesting foods high in glucose load and or fat. You're going to be healthier. And then number 4 is focus on movement, exercise. Exercise is medicine. We know that lack of exercise, inactivity leads to death. Inactivity is the 4th leading cause of death in the world. So movement, as you move, you're going to increase the action of your insulin. The insulin is that hormone that is produced by the pancreas that is important to take your blood sugar from the blood into the cells. If your insulin is not working well, like in type 2 diabetes, then you will have a backflow of sugar. The sugar will accumulate in the blood vessels. That will cause diabetes, and diabetes comes with a ton of complications, many complications. You don't want to have diabetes. So focus on movement. Movement will increase the need for the muscles to use glucose. Glucoses are stored. So then consuming the glucose, burning the glucose will lower your overall glucose. And then focus on stress management. Stress management is absolutely important for good health. And then, of course, focus on spiritual renewal. You know, I always end, I'm going to give some people some time to sign on. All right, thank you. Somebody sent some blessing. Que Dios siga. Okay, I see that. Thank you so much. So, the last one is, I say, spiritual renewal. You cannot do this alone. You need some help. So find resources. The most important, you have divine help. And I have some resources for you. You can go to my website, cooperwellnesscenter.com/books. Scroll to the bottom, look at all the books we have, the reading material, things that are downloadable. If you want personal coaching, then click on that. Click on personal coaching programs. You can do our online classes, our online courses. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. We can get to you. If you're living locally in South Texas, in Rio Grande Valley, then reach out to us. You can call 956-731. Well, that's Foodamed. Let me give you my office number, 956-627-3106, 956-627-3106. And you ask, what are the courses you have for diabetes or high blood pressure for me to lose weight? I want to end 2020 strong. Now, if you want someone to prepare healthy, plant-based whole food, then call Foodamed Vegan Restaurant. Right now, we are promoting 21-day meal plan, or 7 days or 14 days. You can call 956-731-4484. You ask one of the managers there to assist you in selecting the meal plan that is the best for you. So there are so many resources, guys. But remember, number one, that the Bible says, ask and you will receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be open. If you have a problem, then you need to get the solution. So look for help, and it is right around the corner. And it's never too late to start over. It's never too late to start your lifestyle makeover. We all know that we've had a tough year, but we can end strong. Let's end 2020 strong. Let me help you. Call me. Go to my website. Again, I'll give it to you. www.cooperwellnesscenter.com. Scroll, look for courses, look for online courses, look for program. We are currently taking people in and doing a residential program where we'll take you, work with you, coach you, give you all kind of hydrotherapy that is good for you. Just call us. We will be there to help you. I'm going to go, guys. I will see you soon. But remember to call me 956-627-3106 or go to cooperwellnesscenter.com or foodamed.com and ask about plant-based whole food. I would like you to like, and share. If you're on YouTube, remember to subscribe, guys. And thank you so much for watching. Subscribe so you can have notification. If you're on the Facebook pages, just remember to like and follow. Now, if you want to be in my private group, then go to Get Healthy with Dr. Cooper group, and there we can sit together. I can help you, I can guide you along, and I can coach you. Guys, I have to run. I'll see you soon. But remember, we can do it together. Let's end 2020 strong. Adios. Bye-bye.